They told us not to take the back roads near the old grain silos, not because of ghosts or cryptids or any of that, but because of sinkholes. That's what the official warning was. Unstable terrain, private property, do not trespass. A few rusty signs, barely visible unless you were looking for them. We weren't looking for anything. We were just trying to shave 15 minutes off our trip. It was me, Cal, and Mira, college friends headed to a wedding in some town I don't even remember anymore. Mira was driving, Cal was asleep, and I was scrolling through garbage on my phone when we passed the last working streetlight. After that, everything turned black. Not just night black, but heavy, ink-thick darkness, the kind that makes you feel like the road has been swallowed by something. I didn't even notice we weren't moving anymore until Mira said, "Did we hit something?" The car was running, headlights on, engine humming, but we weren't moving. I looked out the window. We weren't on asphalt anymore. It looked like concrete, wide and flat, covered in faint grid lines, like we'd driven onto an abandoned warehouse floor. I told her to back up, but when she put the car in reverse, the wheels spun. No traction, no sound of gravel or dirt, just a low, sickly groan that vibrated through the seats. We woke Cal. He was groggy, annoyed, but the second he opened his door to get out, he froze. "What the hell is that?" he whispered. There were no walls, no buildings around us. Just that endless slab of concrete stretching in all directions. And at the edge of the headlights, maybe 50 feet ahead, something was standing. We thought it was a person at first, tall, thin, motionless, but the longer we looked, the less sense it made. It was the wrong shape. Shoulders too low, arms too long, no head. Just a slope where a neck should have been. It didn't move, didn't react. We shut the doors and Mira started honking, yelling out the window, trying to scare it or wake it up or do something, anything. It didn't flinch. Then the car died. Total shutdown. Lights, engine, everything gone. Like the battery had been ripped out. Now the only light was from our phones. Mine was at 12%. Cal's wouldn't turn on at all. Mira had hers on flashlight mode and was pointing it ahead, but the beam didn't go far. Just this tight circle of light, like fog was pressing in. The figure was gone. I swear it hadn't moved. We never saw it move. It just wasn't there anymore. Then Mira dropped her phone. She didn't scream or flinch or anything. It just slipped from her hand. I picked it up and handed it back to her, but she didn't reach for it. "Mira," I said. She blinked slowly, like she'd just woken up. "It was right there," she whispered. We turned to look behind us. There it was, standing just behind the car, not moving. Still that same bent, stretched shape. Only now we could see it better. Its limbs looked folded, like a puppet with its strings slack. But it was huge, its arms dangling below its knees, the tips of its fingers nearly brushing the ground. We didn't wait to argue. We got out and ran, not toward it, just sideways, trying to get off the concrete. We ran until our legs burned, until we couldn't see the car's shape behind us anymore. Then we stopped. There was nothing, just more slab. No trees, no fences, no road. The air felt wrong too, like it was too still. No wind, no insects, just silence. And then footsteps. Not fast, not heavy, just soft and steady, like something dragging its feet across the ground. We crouched low, trying not to breathe loud enough to give ourselves away. Mira had her hands pressed over her mouth. Cal was squeezing my arm hard enough to hurt. The footsteps passed nearby, right past us. We saw its shape again, not walking, just gliding. It moved like it didn't have joints, like it wasn't using muscles or bones. It slid past us, stopped about 20 feet away, and then slowly sank to the ground. Not sat, sank, like it was being lowered by ropes. And then it started to hum. It was the only sound we'd heard in what felt like hours. A long, droning hum, rising and falling in a pattern. I don't know how else to say this, but it felt like it was trying to lure us, like the sound was pressing into our heads, gently nudging our thoughts. Cal stood up. I grabbed him, whispered something, anything, but he was walking. Eyes glassy, face blank. Mira helped me pull him down again. He fought us, but weakly, like part of him still knew it was wrong. The humming stopped. It turned its head. It didn't have a face. I'm not being dramatic. Where a face should have been, there was nothing. Just smooth, grayish skin pulled tight over a flat surface. But we could feel it looking. Then it stood up again. Slowly, like someone pulling it upright with a winch. It pointed one long, thin arm past us. Behind it, in the far distance, a door appeared. Just a door, freestanding, wooden, painted red with a bronze knob. It didn't belong there. It didn't fit the space, but the thing kept pointing at it. We had no other options. We walked toward it. It didn't follow. The closer we got, the more we noticed the door wasn't on anything. No frame, no wall, just the door. When we got close enough, it opened on its own. Inside was a room, just a regular, dimly lit room. Wooden floor, 4 walls, a small table with a lit candle. We stepped in. The door shut behind us, and the floor disappeared. We dropped. Not like falling from a height, but like gravity just changed direction. Like we were sucked sideways, tumbling through nothing. I don't remember hitting anything, but I blacked out. When I woke up, I was on the highway. Cars passing by, horns honking, people shouting. Mira and Cal were beside me, both unconscious but breathing. The wedding was 3 days ago. We'd been missing. Our parents filed reports. Posters went up. None of us had our phones anymore. We were barefoot, our clothes filthy, and our skin covered in tiny punctures like someone had been testing us. We don't talk about what happened. Mira won't go near a dark room. Cal hasn't said a single word since we got back. Not one. But last night, I was in my kitchen, pouring a glass of water, when I saw it. Not the figure, not the concrete, just a door. Red, standing in the middle of my living room. And this time, it was open.